Hey everybody, James Hagglund here with Robert Dowell. How's it going, Robert?
It's going great.
Good, good. How's your year going so far?
It's going very good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've
anything
got
exciting? Do you do anything exciting yet or anything planned this year?
oh, just kind of the normal stuff right now. I got all my kids going through college, and they're graduating, so I'm just kind of waiting to see how those are going to happen. They're getting good job offers and stuff, so we're excited.
Well,
But
that's a good thing.
yeah, so right now we're just trying to see how our year is going to be unfold.
And then schedule all the graduation dates and all that good stuff, right? Like, no, you can't graduate the same day.
Well, I thought I was going to get one to get out of the house, but then when one graduates, the other one's coming home. So it's like, oh,
Oh.
it's a revolving door.
So not complete empty nester yet.
No,
Yeah. So where do you currently live right now? What city do you live in?
I live in Bothell
Okay.
in the Canyon Park area.
Okay. How's that area going right now? Are you seeing a lot of development and real estate and stuff, like people construction or anything like that going on?
Not necessarily in our area. We don't see a lot of
Hmm.
development right now. I do see a lot of it in other areas.
Right.
You go into Lynwood and you start seeing those urban centers that are going up.
Right.
More apartment buildings right now. But we do have new construction here around here.
Right. Right. What's a good place? What do you like? Where do you like to go to eat in that area?
Oh, we have a lot of good places around here. We have McMenamins down here
Hmm.
in Bothell. That's kind of a fun place to go, when you need to kind of let loose a little bit on a Friday night or something.
Right.
But, right around the corner here, we have Bonefish and one of our local smaller places, Crystal Creek Cafe, we can highly recommend.
Isn't that right there in the same parking lot as Bonefish?
Yep.
And that's a breakfast place too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I went
Bonefish,
there
I
one.
don't know if
Not Bonefish, but the
Crystal
cafe
Creek
one.
Cafe. Yes,
Yeah.
that that's breakfast, lunch, dinner
Yeah. I
with
think
a nice little
I've
bar.
I've eaten there once and the breakfast was like I couldn't finish it. So,
Yeah.
so what else do you like to do in there? Or like what do you like to do with the family when you have time off?
Um, well, my family is typically uh, computer people,
Hmm.
so they like to stay in their part of the house and
Right.
do their computer thing. A couple of my kids are into computer science, at school.
Hmm.
So they are and they've gone through COVID with the whole online thing. So they're
Right.
pretty good at this video stuff
Right.
and communicating. And that's kind of where they stay a lot. My youngest, he's a mechanic or was a mechanic. He's exploring other options at this time.
Hmm.
But going out, um, we just pretty much do our annual events at this point.
Hmm.
Just got through the Christmas and New Year's and things like that. So I will get out to the movie once in a while, but
Right. You guys,
maybe
I
over a
know
window.
you guys go to Chelan, don't you? Is that a family
Summertime.
thing? Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
You guys,
it's a yearly trip that we do. Our family has a cabin there on Lake Chelan, so we get it once a
right,
week
right.
or once a month or once a year.
Yeah, once a year, once a week.
Yeah, that'd be too much.
Um, so what you're in real estate, correct?
I am. I'm a real estate agent for Century 21. I've been there for 10 years.
Okay. And how long in the industry?
Well, 10 years with Century 21, but I did start out wanting to flip houses.
Right. How
Right. And
long?
that was
So
with,
what made you get into real estate?
well, we were planning on flipping houses, a partner of mine, and
Hmm.
we went through all those guru classes and everything, on how to flip houses. We did the Ron LeGrands, the Than Murals, the Robin Thompsons, and we decided, hey, this is the thing that we're going to do. And
Mhm.
so we got all of our stuff together, and we were just started out on our journey to start flipping houses. And then all of a sudden, all the real estate agents that I was working with dropped me like a hot potato.
Oh, wow.
Right. And the reason why they did that is that's the time that the market had turned, right?
Mhm.
So all these houses were no longer going down in value. They were starting to go up, and there was starting to buyers coming out of the woodwork, and they had
Mhm.
pockets full of cash. Well,
Right.
being a real estate investor, you'd want a lowball, and real
Right.
estate agents wasn't having that with me.
Right.
So that's when I said, well, I could learn to be my own best client, and I can
Right.
better get into real estate just to find out what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
So
What's
that
what's
learning
one of your
curve was pretty quick.
yeah, what's one of your what's like a positive or what's one of the good things like what the experiences like when you're doing real estate, like what's a positive that you like about real estate?
Well, obviously, I like people,
Or
so
just being as a realtor, you know?
yeah, just as a real estate agent, I like people. I love to hear all their, uh, what's going on in their lives and things like that. I
Mhm.
do like watching their eyes light up when they find a house, and I do like to, help people sell their houses and make their new dreams start.
Right, right.
Right. So those are fun things. But I have also worked with a lot of investors, so I do help them evaluate houses that are in shambles and try to say, well, if you fix it up, it'll be this much. If is it going to be worth your time and effort based on how much money you got to put into it to purchase this? And so I've worked with a lot of investors to do that as well.
Mhm. So what's your opinion or your professional advice on what's going on with the market right now?
Well, our market has gone through a transition right now.
Mhm.
We've moved from a very strong seller's market and
Mhm.
moving more into we believe into a more neutral market.
Mhm.
Um, we know from the past that average interest rates are between 6 and 8%, and when they're in that range, that's when we get good inventory on. We have a good solid business, and it's been kind of a culture shock for our sellers at this point.
Right,
They want
right.
to, they're still expecting the 3 days on market with multiple
Mhm.
offers, and and pricing their house over market. And now
Yeah.
they're starting to see that, well, that didn't happen with those interest rates hikes that we had over the summer. And the buyers kind of pulled back because they're now looking at houses that are in a different price range
Right.
than what they were used to looking. And so everybody's just kind of wondering what's going to go on at this
Yeah.
point.
It's always seeming like there's a lag in what and people are more reactive in what's going on in the market. Like like you, for example, the sellers are like, oh, I can put my house on the market and get an offer within 3 days. And that lag, there's that lag there, right? And the same thing kind of goes with buyers, right? Because the interest rates, um, they're like, well, why can't I get the 3% interest rate, right? Well, you've lagged on that, you've waited and now here we are in the current market conditions, right? So I think that's kind of like the same thing as I always see the lag there. It's like they're reacting to what they hear. Well, my buddy got this house and they got a 3% rate and the house was 500,000, right? It's like, well, yeah, that was like 2 years ago or a year
Or
ago,
6 months
right?
ago.
Yeah, right. So it's
Because
kind of
this
like,
time last year we were still in a hot seller's market, right?
right, right.
And then it just all of a sudden turned on a dime, right at the busy time, right?
Hmm.
And no, I mean, we're seeing as real estate agents, we have to go back to back to the old tried and true methods of trying to sell a house now.
Hmm.
Marketing is going to be more important now. Getting out there and doing the hard work is going to be
Hmm.
important. They're just, our buyers just aren't showing up on the doors like they used to.
Right, right.
Right. So, and that's putting a lot of real estate agents kind of in a quandary too, because, it's no longer just, oh yeah, you go and look at a house and you throw an offer in.
Right, right. There's more to it, like inspections are coming back, of course, appraisals and stuff
Yeah,
like
buyers
that.
get to
And
argue a little bit on those
right,
inspections instead of, knowing that there's three other offers waiting for them to give up on it.
right. There's still opportunity to sell your home. There's still opportunity to buy a home. It's just the back to the ways of doing it again. It's prior to what we were seeing here the last couple of years.
Right. If we're going to price the house high, yeah, we can expect that the house is going to sell on the market and not get much activity. If we
Right.
price it more in the market range, we get a good flow of people, and we may not get multiple offers. We may get one offer that we get to work with.
Hmm.
You price it a little lower, then you can start getting a little bit more activity on it. It's just however the seller wants to do it.
Right. So, any kind of go to the next question here is like, what do you read any books or any podcasts or anything like that? And what would you recommend?
Um, well, it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to listen to the national media because the national media is kind of sensationalizing everything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is it going to have is real estate going to take another crash like it did in 2009 or
Hmm.
2007? And, we all know that that's a whole different kind of scenario than what we had back then, right?
Right.
Um, but yeah, we do listen to some of the national real estate companies such as like Buffini
Hmm.
and them to kind of get a good gauge on really what's happening out there in the market. But we do have weekly meetings every day that we talk with all of our agents and everything. And in our office, Century 21, we do have like 10 offices in the area. So
Hmm.
we do get a lot of feedback from all of those other offices of what they're seeing as well, all
Right.
the way from Tacoma up to Bellingham or Burlington,
Yeah.
and everything in between. So, we get feedback from that, and are our houses staying on the market longer? Yes.
Hmm.
Or do we have to start giving a little bit more concessions as a seller? Yes. Do we have to give more
Hmm.
incentives? You know, what kinds of incentives do we do? And it's really good to be able to collaborate with those other agents just to get good ideas on what they're doing.
Right. Right. So I mean, as far as like personal growth or anything like that, is there something like that you read or you watch or listen to?
There is so much out there
How
to
about top two?
my top two. Uh, uh, well, we keep up on, I listen to the new updates on the laws and stuff that are coming up into our area.
Hmm.
Um, we do pay attention, like I said, to the Buffini stuff, on how agents are having to do things, and we do watch the national news and try to decipher what they're saying. Um, but really, we're just looking at more techniques on now getting out there and
Adapting to whatever's happening.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
constantly adapting. Every
Yeah.
every 3 months is a different market for us.
I believe I like my thing is I watch the news just to see what other people are reading so I know how to respond to it, right? Because everybody's like, "Oh, rates dropped." I'm like, "Yeah, last week." But they're back up again,
We're a little
because
late on
every
that one.
day's yeah, it's like every day is it changes every day. Um, as far as like, what are like recreational stuff do you like to do? I know we golf. I'm sure people have seen that, but like obviously you're a golfer. What golf courses do you like? Where's your favorite place to go play? Or
Well,
where's the
my
where's
favorite
the
place.
best
My
place
favorite
you
place to go and play is wherever you're going to go. I
What has been your favorite place to go?
Yeah, I think one of my favorites is because, I'm trying to get out and walk more,
Hmm.
is Willows Run. I kind of like to walk
Okay.
that course. It's a long one.
Right.
For a short walk, I go to Lynwood Municipal, but I'm usually up here in the, South Snohomish, North King County. So I get out to like Legion and Walter Hall and Echo Falls, whatever.
Hmm.
I don't do as much as I like to, but
Right.
you know,
It's
it's
like,
just,
yeah, we're waiting for the
but I'd
weather,
rather
right?
play with people as opposed to go by myself. So
Right. Well, we're gonna have your contact information in the descriptions with, your links and all that good stuff. But, before we leave, what's like some advice or encouraging words or something you like to give us before we go?
I would say right now in December, we have a lot of buyers that are still out there looking, and there just isn't any inventory for them. So if you're a
Hmm.
seller, now is a good time. Not wait until
Hmm.
spring. You're gonna. We've got serious buyers right now. When you get to spring, we start getting more of the tire kickers and the shoppers.
Right,
Um,
right,
so always go and talk to your real estate agent and make sure that you're getting the right information for you,
right, right.
and plan ahead. Don't try to do this, say, well, I got to move in a month. That
Hmm.
doesn't happen that way.
Right. I always say be proactive versus reactive. If you're gonna do something, find the information, talk with a local real estate agent and also the lender and find out what you can and cannot do. 'Cause-
Exactly. Some of the things that we run across a lot of the time is, bad credit scores, or they want to raise their
Mhm.
credit scores, or they haven't planned enough. It's like, okay, well, let's give us some time to do that and see where we can actually be. And maybe we got other options for you.
Right, right. Well, thanks for your time and appreciate it. And like I said, we'll have your contact information in the description. And if you guys have any questions, you can contact Robert at Century 21.
At
Thanks,
Century
Robert.
21 North Homes.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert.